Hi, welcome to the Sunshine Secret of OC. I'm your host, Lisa Huscher. Get ready to tap into energies and intuitive messages that will inspire you, motivate you, and maybe even surprise you. Probably surprise me, surprise you guys as well.
All of us, yeah.
Probably.
So let's sit back and relax and get a little comfortable, and we are going to see what divine messages come through today.
Wait a minute, did we not meet her one time before?
No, you did not meet me before.
Are you sure?
know?
No,
Yes.
never.
Hold
you
on.
would have remembered.
Do you ever go to
I remember.
OC Fashion
And I'm
Week?
trying
Did you
to
ever
tell
go?
you.
Yep.
No.
There was, did you ever do a show like this before?
No.
No, I know you're thinking of, but that's not the same
That's
person.
not the same person?
Did we
Not
like-
even the same hair color.
Did we
Jesus.
like her or no?
No, we
Yeah,
liked her.
we
Yeah, we did a
always
show with
like
her
him.
Okay.
on
That's good.
Amazon.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
But it wasn't.
It
what's your-
wasn't?
No, it's not a different last name.
Lisa Huscher. Lisa
Lisa
Why do you say so?
Huscher.
Huscher.
Are you kidding?
Haysha.
So
That's
what's
a
it-
very
how do
similar
you
Lisa
name.
Huscher.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like so similar. I
Yeah.
thought, oh my
It's
God.
Hasher, Hasher.
Neither.
Neither.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, let's get
So
the
I
names
guess
Now we have that out of the way.
We got Pol and Patrik from E! Channel, from Bravo, from Gown and Out in Beverly Hills, and then your new podcast, Undressed. Love
Undressed
that.
with Pol and
Yeah.
Patrik,
Undressed.
#1 fashion podcast.
Of course.
Actually,
think
it's been a
we're-
year we've been doing it. A year and
really?
a half we've been doing it. Yeah.
No, it's more than that.
Sheena Shea was our first episode.
Yeah,
was
that
a
was
year and a
2
half ago.
years.
Was it 2 years?
Yeah, Vanderpump's over. They've been fucking each other all day.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Oh,
can
the
I
new
say that?
Vanderpumps are fucking
Okay.
each other.
Sorry.
Okay.
we
Did
you
can't
fucking say that?
Sorry.
Okay. The ancient
What are we allowed to
podcast.
do and
Okay.
not do? What are the
Okay.
restrictions here?
No restrictions, but
Okay.
let me tell you the process.
Sure.
Okay, tell us the
First,
process.
and then we can just go ahead and jump in.
Okay.
I love
Okay.
it.
So I'm an intuitive, okay?
Okay.
And what that means is that I receive intuitive messages, and I receive intuitive messages in a couple different ways. So I receive them like a picture, like a photo, almost like a movie. So I can close my eyes and I see a photo or like a movie playing. I also can hear, which is like an auditory thing. So it's either my voice talking to me or sometimes it's somebody else's voice
Somebody
talking
else.
to me. And then also I have the innate, the gut instinct or the all-knowing feeling, which I'm sure you guys have. And
I
then
thought I
also-
knew you, so I guess
Yeah.
I don't have any
Well,
instincts.
Just a reminder, yeah.
Yeah.
You'll get to know me.
Very
You'll get to know
So
me. And
are
yes,
we allowed to ask questions?
I
Or
enc-
do we interrupt you? Or is that
You
like
can-
a no-no?
You're asking to interrupt? All you do is fucking interrupt.
Okay, so
Sorry.
you can
You know what?
interrupt. Let's set some guidelines here.
Yes.
Okay,
Sorry.
so you can interrupt. I interrupt. So
You
you have to be
interrupt.
okay with me interrupting then if you interrupt.
That's
You can
fine.
interrupt.
Okay.
It's your show.
Exactly.
I just don't want to
So-
be rude.
I'm also a blurter, so shit comes out, and I apologize beforehand.
Nice.
And if I do start talking about something that's too deep or weird or whatever, just like, I don't know, raise your hand.
Okay.
Or we need a safe word.
Are we going to need like tissues on the table or something?
No.
Oh
no,
my
no,
God,
no.
I'm going
Okay.
to start crying already.
Oh, fuck. Sorry.
So let me start with a couple things.
Okay, start.
And then you guys.
I'm looking forward to this.
Oh,
I'm really
good. Me
excited,
too.
as a matter
let's
of
get
fact.
going. All right,
because
it's fun.
I've never had this happen, so let's see.
Okay, have you either of you had an intuitive reading before? Not like tarot cards,
No.
not like astrology.
No.
Okay.
Well, my grandmother was
Okay.
intuitive.
Wonderful.
Jerry Grogg. She's
Okay.
above now, but
Okay.
she was a famous psychic. She was in
Really?
the Riverside, the Hillside Strangler case. The police detectives brought
Uh-huh.
her in, and she would be the one who would find the bodies. It was.
That's incredible.
Very
I didn't
cool.
know that.
Yeah.
So you probably have that passed down. Typically,
They say that, but
Okay.
I don't know.
He doesn't know my
Okay,
name,
we're
so
gonna-
I don't know. He forgets what we had
okay,
for
we're
lunch
gonna
or
do,
dinner,
We're
so
gonna
I
do
don't
some
know.
tests. We're gonna do a little testing. But
Oh, okay.
first,
Oh my God, there's a test?
I know, so get
I'm
ready.
not ready
But
for this.
Okay.
I wanted you both to know
Yeah.
that before the meeting today, and usually what I do when I'm doing intuitive reading with people
Yeah.
is I do like a little meditation before. I play this like high vibe music.
You're probably going to need a meditative.
Okay.
You're
No,
going to
I'll-
need one right after.
No, I'm going to be drinking after. But before,
I like that.
yeah, just a little vino. So
Okay.
before I tap in, I connect, and that's why I wanted to connect with you guys outside briefly,
Sure.
just so that
Yeah.
you could meet me and I could connect with your energy. But another thing that I did this week was not knowing really anything personal or anything about you guys. I did sort of meditate and kind of ask permission to sort of open up and to see. And I
Okay.
know you're very open because I already connected with your energy this week, and I have to say, starting, and I will connect with you, but starting on, I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday, and I even told my husband this. I said, there is this little girl connected to you, following me around. So not in a weird way, but in a imagery way, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So, and I wanted to describe to you what I saw and what I was feeling.
Yeah.
Because she stayed with me.
Oh my God.
For a few days, and so I was, oh my God, I don't know who this is, and I know you guys are together. I'm like, I don't know. She doesn't look like either of you. I'm not sure where she came from, but I saw her. She young, and the energy's very young. And so when people are on like the other side and they're sharing themselves, they share not necessarily how they passed or the age they passed. It's how energetically they want to show themselves.
Got it.
Yeah.
I
Okay?
have a question. When
Yes.
when you say young, do you mean as like young as a child, or it could be a
Yes.
young adult, or?
Yes, I saw, now this is energy too, so I saw a female, and she was showing me, she was very happy. So to the point where I'm like, can I come join the playground with you? Because she was skipping, and she was like doing, this is her showing me her joy.
Right.
The rope and hopscotch and swings, and she had this like freedom. Like, look at me and look at me on,
Are you sure that wasn't me?
Were you blonde?
I was a platinum blonde when
You
I was
were?
born.
But you haven't passed.
Yeah,
I
I
haven't
believe.
passed.
Well, did you wear ponytails?
No.
Okay, then it wasn't you.
Okay, that's
This was
interesting.
ponytails.
Okay.
Okay, showing me ponytails. So I didn't want. What I try to do too when I'm giving readings is not put my own opinion in it. Like, well, maybe it could be this person. Maybe
Right.
Because what happens is you start doing that, and then you're forming your own story. It's not
I
my story.
understand.
Yeah.
Could it be an adult in a childlike?
Yes.
You know what I'm thinking.
No, I don't.
Oh my God, the Bahamas. We used to do hopscotch with her in the Bahamas, Anna Nicole Smith. We used to, when we were in the Bahamas with her, we would do hopscotch
Are you
on the
kidding me?
tennis court.
Well, because
we played hopscotch with her.
Because we couldn't get out of the compound.
We were like,
Yes.
so we
Yeah.
had to be inside.
Yes.
So
And
we
nobody
had to
knows that.
create,
Yes.
We had
Yes.
to create a bunch of things for ourselves to be there, and she used to do ponytails. As a matter of fact,
Pigtails.
Yes, that's what I saw.
if you look in our book, Portrait of an Icon, there's a picture of her that I braided her hair on both sides, and then
That's what I
I
saw.
proceeded to do our daughter's hair to mimic
remember
her
that.
hair, because we were not so bored out of our mind, but we just needed to occupy space and time.
Yeah.
We loved hanging out and being together, so I braided her hair and I put pink little things at the bottom, like the
Beads.
like her,
The
yeah,
beads.
the beads.
But I remember when
Because in the Bahamas they have
the tennis,
they
she
do
had
the
the
beads.
tennis court there.
Yes.
And there was a hopscotch,
Yeah.
and we would play hopscotch
did
with her
that.
on the tennis court, and nobody knows it. It's
And
not
then
even
we
in
would
our
take
book.
I haven't read the book. I'm sorry.
we would
I'll
take
read
her
it.
baby,
Yeah.
the new one that she had just had a few days ago, and put it
Danny
in the
Lynn.
stroller and run, because we named Danny Lynn.
Yeah.
So we would run around the, it was we had to do it at 3 a.m., but we'd have, because then the paparazzi was sleeping outside.
Right.
So we would run around the tennis court and do.
Interesting.
Yeah,
That's oh my God!
So
I just
when you
remember
said
it so
it,
vividly now.
I got confirmation on that,
Yeah.
which is I was like going like this. Oh,
Yeah.
you guys see? I know you're talking,
Yeah.
but where the hair goes up, and so I get really cold, and so I get a physical confirmation. So when you said that, I got a physical confirmation of that energy.
That makes sense.
And now I'm sweating because I'm going through menopause.
Well, she was
but I have-
she was very innocent and childlike.
Yeah.
That's
And her
Mm-hmm.
demeanor, I've always said she was like a ninth grader in high school with the innocence and the sincerity that she brought.
And on
To
her
our friendship and the
AOL,
love
on
that
her
we had.
AOL Instant Messenger, because we had
Right.
AOL Instant Messenger back then.
Oh, hot
Right.
smoochy lips.
Her name, her screen name, her AOL screen name was Hot Smoochy Lips, and the picture was Pigtail.
Pigtails.
Yeah.
So why don't we? So that you don't give.
But
me,
she was an adult,
Right.
not a baby.
Right, but this wasn't a baby. What this is showing me is it's the spirit that the person embodies, and that's like when I said to you
Yeah.
before, they show us they show us
A version.
yeah, it's their spirit, it's their
I
soul,
understand.
and the freedom of, because I'm like, okay, now like we're going on the, you know what I mean, she's doing all these things on this playground like over and over again since Tuesday.
Interesting.
So I'm like, I couldn't figure it out, and so
Why is it the bitch calling me?
but that's
Like, seriously, hello?
but I also got,
What do I have to carry you around all day?
I don't know. We'll see what comes with
Okay.
that. But I want to share with you something else that went with that, that could be with that or not with that. But
Okay.
it just, because what I did was meditate on the energy. That
Okay.
was strong.
That's
That-
really
that-
sweet.
Okay.
Yeah. And it would make sense.
And
That's-
we'll talk more about her and see if maybe I can connect more.
That's
let's
very
do that.
sweet.
But
Okay.
one of the other things, and this, I want to share this with you, and I didn't bring tissues, but this made me very emotional for you guys, was, so I was having a hard time. So what I tap into people's energy. So I was tapping into yours. I was having a hard time with your energy tapping in. But
Okay.
let me tell you, it's amazing what
He's
I found
complicated.
out. No, listen, this is really important.
Okay.
What I was told was, you're so connected together that when I connect with you, you're like this, you're next to each other. So I'm looking at, like, let's say I'm looking at someone's soul, their spirit inside.
Yeah.
You're almost connected. It's like
Us
one.
two?
Yes.
I could see that.
Okay.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't
So
get rid
it's
of
not
them,
like
yeah.
you had the, you know, but what that means is that's a soul connection, which means this is destined.
I think he's my soulmate.
Yeah,
I do.
this is a destined thing,
Yeah.
and you came down like this, connected like this, like you were going to be connected.
Like we found each other then after.
And so you're almost like, I'm like, it's not, I don't see you guys separate and together. So
Right.
I actually got emotional with that because I really don't see that. Usually when I'm connecting with people, I see them individually. To you guys, I see you together. I see you as a supportive backbone. And protective, and you're a little freer, not in a bad way,
Sometimes.
in maybe more of a,
You know you're a control freak.
well, exactly.
He's very
oh
controlling.
my God.
as a more open, which means
Yeah.
that people can get in to you quicker, as they can't with him, get to him quicker. It's
I
not
would I would
it's
say
not
that could be true because
But he's very sensitive.
He is, but
yeah.
he doesn't. It's different than your sensitivity. He doesn't show it the way that you show it. It's a different sensitivity.
I can agree with that.
I'm sensitive too.
I know. It's
Really?
just different. It's a
I don't
different.
see it.
Yeah. You show it a little quicker.
How do we break that?
Okay. That's a, yeah. What, you being sensitive or him being a
No,
control
this
freak?
this thing that
Yeah.
the first time that you got
Yeah.
to see, I
Sorry.
don't know.
funny.
No, I
It
love
means
him.
that you guys are compatible. You don't
Yeah.
want to be the same.
Right.
If you're the same, then you guys are going to like this thing. So you guys are very compatible. That's what, when I was telling you about the imagery
Yeah.
that I saw. So that I just wanted to share that because to
That's
me
sweet.
it was
I like
lovely.
that.
That is
and
sweet.
it felt
That feels nice to
good.
know.
But it also feels natural too. I could see that
Yeah.
be a natural thing to think.
'Cause it's not like you
And see.
see people, you connect with their energy and you're like, oh, they're good now, but let's try back in 2 years.
Yeah.
You know
Do you
what
know
I
how
mean?
long we've been together?
I don't know.
22 years
Yeah.
in July.
Yeah, I can feel it, but I don't know
22
how
years
long.
in July.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I love him every day. I respect him every day, and I choose him every day. I
That's
just,
sweet.
even though he's controlling, manipulative,
Oh my
sensitive.
God. Shut up.
I'm just kidding.
You're the
So-
Capricorn.
I'm just kidding.
Why don't we go back to? We can either go back to what we were talking about earlier, or we can also, like as I said earlier, I want you to feel free to like ask me questions.
Sure.
You can interrupt me, whatever. Like we got the energy going. Let's
I'm
see.
curious. I'm
Mm-hmm.
curious to know. Are you able to talk to people that have kind of left this realm?
As meaning communicate
Yes.
to them and have them. That's a hard one.
Well, I wouldn't ask you something easy.
Yeah, I mean, I have, yes. So the answer is yes, I have.
Because his mom passed away, and I would really love for him to be able to
Let's
see if, I don't know, whatever it is that.
It's been hard. It's been what, 3 years now? 3 years? 3 years, yeah. And it doesn't get easier.
No, it doesn't get easier.
It's been really hard on me, actually.
And the reason why we wear pearls now is because there's some of her pearls and things that he ended up, picking from all the jewelry and things that weren't stolen.
Yeah.
That, reminds him of his mom. So it's sentimental.
But what do you see? I'm curious.
Yeah.
What is her name?
My mother's name?
Yeah.
Barbara Ann. They called her Babs.
Okay. I'll try not to pause. So what happens is when someone asks me a question and it takes me a moment to, and I want to pause too long with you guys.
I got nothing to do.
Okay.
I'm here for this.
Anybody have a book you want to read? Or
I'm here for this.
Yeah. And I stare. I'm a starer too. Starer
okay.
and blurter.
We're not judgy.
Okay.
I mean, don't look at our appearance. We're a little bougie, but we're not judgy.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Yeah. I feel like she had a quality of she could be like your best friend, like close to you, like a mother, very close. But I also feel like she had the qualities where she could be firm with you also, like
Sometimes, yeah.
but you respected her.
I did, yeah, of course.
Yeah, you respected her. Some people don't treat their moms always kindly and respectful. And I know you guys might have had some issues at some time in your life, but I think that you guys had a very close relationship. And she was creative.
She was
creative, very creative, very creative. I hear you. Okay. So,
She was.
Very, very. So was she in entertainment, or there's something creative about her that's not, let me see if I can see what she's showing me. It's just repeating. Did she want to go into dancing or anything?
So interesting that you say that. My mom
showing me a dancing.
Is that crazy?
What?
That's crazy. So my mom loved to dance.
Yes.
She was an off-Broadway actress. That's what she wanted to do. She worked as an answering service operator while she was doing that. Met my dad, had one date, met him in Philadelphia, flew out a year later to California to chase him.
Yes.
Were married for 65 years and was a mother, basically gave up her whole passion of the entertainment industry and kind of lived that life through me. And
she used to work for him for a while.
You got her talent. You got her talent from her.
I think,
So she says.
100%. Yes.
So she says.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Absolutely, 100%.
We would fly. I would fly her. She worked for me, and we would fly to New York every year. I would bring her in, and we would do Broadway every time, and she loved it.
Yes, So that's because I see almost like, the dancing is she's like, I wanted to be, and then your entertainment, and I see like almost like, I'm not going to use the right word, but like Follies or something. Where they had like the feathers and the, you know what I mean? Like that whole like.
That's me.
Okay. Well,
But my mom loved to dance.
Yes.
My dad, they were in the Knights of Columbus, a Catholic organization, and every Saturday, my dad would take my mother dancing, and they would stay out till 2, 3 in the morning dancing.
Dance on it.
Every Saturday. And one of the best videos I ever have is my mother and I dancing on the dance floor that I posted on my Instagram right before she died, like that was a couple of years before she passed, before she got Alzheimer's.
It was the anniversary. The last time she was complete.
Really,
in
And
being present.
But that's the memory that she wants to show. The memory of you guys dancing, her being the I know she's just like entertain. I get it. Just because I can hear her chatting, like the entertaining thing and the dancing thing, and the being like in her younger days. You know, she wanted to be front and center.
She did.
Yeah.
My mom. We were looking
Yeah.
at old pictures. She
Yeah.
looked like Madonna,
Yeah,
right? We were saying she looked like Madonna, and they
Yeah.
were like she had red hair. She was like Lucille Ball. Like that was my mom. She was funny. She was.
Yeah.
She was a character.
She really was a character.
Yeah. So So that's very. So to share with you about the differences in energy and like what you were saying, can you communicate? Can you? So like the first energy that I shared with you, the light, the joyous spirit, the hopscotch.
Yeah.
There's a different energy. They're both lovely and happy, and then you got this other woman going ta-da. You know what I mean? Like I wanted to dance. I'm this. I'm that. Like very higher energy.
Yeah.
Higher energy. Instead of the younger, joyful, innocent energy. So there's different energies, and that's what I'm sharing with you is the energies that I'm feeling and what I'm seeing, and then a little bit of like what I'm hearing, like with the repeating a little bit. So
would you say, Pol, that, and I'm sure you would agree with me, my family is all introverts. All introverts. There's 6 kids. They were all introverts except for me and my mom.
Well, you guys,
yeah, because she
they
said
were like
you got it from
twins.
her. She said you got it from her.
Yeah, 100%.
They
She's
looked
taking credit.
They look
I can see it.
identical. And
I can see it.
Like they're all nerds.
Yeah.
My sister's a scientist.
Yeah.
My other, like they're all like nerds and
Right.
introvert. No one's in the industry. And then there's my mom
Yeah.
and me. And I'm like a spitting image of her.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, for sure. So she is really loving and high energy and happy and just a spirited. Like she walks in a room and people know who she is, and she says that's who
true.
you are too. Like she feels like you guys. Sorry, now
So true.
tissue. Yeah, that you guys. That's the. You'll never lose that. You'll never lose that feeling that you have with her.
That's right.
There's over
So
there tissue. Leona, can you give us a tissue?
You didn't tell me you're going to make me cry.
sorry, I didn't know. I'm crying too, and I have my makeup done. Thanks.
But it was
Yeah,
it
it's
was
beautiful.
literally
Yeah. Can you pass it around, please?
that was literally true. Like nobody would know that. And then she basically gave it all up to be a housewife
Which she loved.
for my dad.
Which she loved,
and,
yeah.
like adored him.
Yeah. Yeah, she loved it. She loved her life. She loved her life. She wouldn't trade it for the world,
It's true.
But now she gets to do whatever she wants. So
I love that.
yeah. Okay. Let's
This is intense.
Do we all need to go to therapy after?
No, I
this
think
is
it's a beautiful
therapy.
thing.
Oh,
I think
okay,
it's a
okay.
really beautiful thing. She absolutely, like my mother, when I was 11 years old, my best friend was going to the Philippines with his family. I went to Catholic school, and my mom was like, "Oh, you have to," and they invited me to go, and and everyone was against it in the family. My dad was like, "No, we're not." And my
Right.
mom convinced my dad, "No, he has to go. He has to," and did everything. And I went to the Philippines for like 2 months with my best friend who lived in the Philippines with his family.
Which was the worst thing because he picked up a really bad habit when he was in the Philippines. The worst.
Oh, really? I thought you were
true.
going to say you picked up an STD, but that's
No,
not
I
No,
met
he was
Imelda.
11. He was 11.
I met Imelda Marcos and Ferdinand Marcos, the president at the time and presidential wife. And we went to the Macalakiang Palace when I was 11.
And then when he walked into
I
that
saw the wing
shoe
of
room,
shoes, and there began my love of shoes.
obsession.
So she
Not
knew.
love,
So your
obsession.
mom pushed you.
Yeah.
She knew, right?
She
You
totally knew.
Yeah, and there it all happened.
Yeah.
That was like the
to
spark.
cost this much money. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
The spark that
It's fantastic.
drove the credit card bills.
That my mother.
We need a whole wing at our house now for
my
shoes.
mother used to shop. It was crazy, and when she was alive, you would laugh about this, Paul, because we had a shed in the back, and my mom would just love to shop, and
she shopped all year for Christmas.
For all year, and put everything in the shed. After she died, we cleaned out the shed. There was presents forever.
And then sometimes she would forget that she already got 20.
Yes.
And shop for more.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Is there a so was there like a little box or something that the jewelry was in a little box, or is there I'm seeing like a red something red like I don't know, that doesn't make red ruby, red ring, red something red. That's a memento or something that's you still have stuff of hers.
The rosary.
A few of the things.
The rosary.
Our house was broken into.
But the red rosary.
Is it red?
Is that the one that we got back?
The Pope blessed.
They stole all of it.
But they didn't steal that one.
And her ashes.
Yeah.
So they stole because they didn't know. Yeah. And we hadn't, separated everything. It was just in a container.
Jewelry box. They thought
like a container, like a plastic container that we got from the house just so that we can transport it. And then is the rosary red?
There's something red.
It's a red rosary. Yeah. The Pope blessed.
That's the only one that.
Okay,
there's only a few things that we got back.
And I think it was in a little red pouch, actually.
That's it.
Like a little, I think
red.
so.
Yeah.
I got to go back and look at pictures. I don't remember.
Go back and look.
I think it was.
But I want you to take it out of the pouch if it's in a pouch.
Okay.
Or just take it out.
Okay.
And I want you to, let me see what I want you to do. Hold on.
Okay.
I don't know yet. But I'm saying, take it out. Okay, we got the take it out part. We got the red part. We're like, but, that is a connection to God. I mean, obviously, right? But it is a connection for you to, if you want to put it in like a very pretty, people put their jewelry, like a crystal, something very pretty by your bed. If you take it out.
Okay.
And when you feel like you want to pray or connect with her or get guidance that you like you have a problem or something and you want guidance from above, I want you to hold that and I want you to ask for help.
Okay.
By holding that. That is your.
You're going to be walking around with that all day.
Yeah.
Probably.
That is your connection to God. Is what I just heard. It's your connection. It's God is her. I mean, it's her. It's your connection to the divine.
Yeah.
So.
She was holding the rosary. Remember, she was holding the rosary.
You put it on her hand.
We put the rosary in her hand when she was in the hospice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Wow. Yes. We got goosebumps.
Now
on
I
that.
got chills.
Sorry. Yeah. And that. We're gonna cry again. We're gonna move to you in a minute. Enough of this crying.
I'm happy for him.
I know, but it's peace.
I love this for him.
It's brought her peace.
Okay.
And she's giving you the peace back.
I like that.
Yeah, you're connected, and you're connected to divine by holding that. That energy is on there. So we keep energy on things. That's why it feels good to wear the pearls. It feels good.
Well, it reminds him of her and a little piece of her to be connected. So
and the energy is on the jewelry. It's on the jewelry. So jewelry holds that. So it makes you feel good too. It's not just the memory, but the energy.
I do that. Wow. I'm gonna do that.
So I feel like we should, since we don't have tons of time left, I feel like we could go all day.
Probably.
I feel like we just started, actually.
It's been an hour already.
It's just crazy. But what about, can we go back to you? Maybe do you have, or we can just keep going with
Come to me.
Okay.
I'm an open book.
You are.
Do we want to go back to...
We can go back to wherever you feel you directed, wherever you want to go.
It's about you.
I'm open to anything.
But it's really about you and how you feel and what you're curious about, or what maybe there's been something on your mind or something you want to have answers to or guidance to.
The only thing that makes me happy is my husband.
Oh, that's sweet.
And my oxygen flows through him, basically. I live to make him happy. I thrive because he thrives. I am a better version of anything that I've known myself to be. And I try to be the best I can for him.
Right.
And for me, but for him.
So do you feel like, because I know that this is just intuitive stuff. I'm not talking to anybody that's passed right now. But that brings you so much joy, making him so happy.
Yeah.
You know, that your value also comes from that. Your value is him being happy. You know, he's happy, you're happy, you know? So what I'm saying is, you meet each other's needs perfectly, but also just know that he knows that already. He knows that already, and you can.
I do.
Right? So you can be, not that you're not vulnerable, but if there is something that you need.
Right.
You already know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's not always me. You
Right.
know, you.
And I don't mean that in a kind
No,
of
of course not. I get
way or
it.
anything.
No, I totally get it.
I'm
You're
just blessed at the fact that
I know that you make
am.
him happy, but let's just acknowledge that you are a pleaser. You're a people pleaser. Yes,
That's
you
true.
are.
Maybe.
Yeah, you are. You are 100%.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
And that you were that way.
Some people may not think so,
Right.
but
you care about people.
I do.
You derive your
I do.
value from they're happy. Oh, I feel happy.
I
You
do.
know
I
what
want everybody to thrive. I want everybody to
Yeah.
enjoy life. I want everybody to be able to find success, whatever that really means and translates into their life.
Right. And
I mean, whether it's money, if it's business, if it's
Right.
friendship, if it's love, if
Right.
it's whatever it is.
Right. I'm just saying that, and you understand me. I know you understand what I'm saying. Is don't forget to explore your growth and what you need that you
Right.
might not see because your energy is focused on other people, not necessarily just him.
But I feel like when, well,
No, but I'll say because he reads Armenian coffee cup grinds.
Okay.
And he does that, and he's so gifted at it.
Okay.
So intuitive, it's amazing, and he helps people all day long. I mean, in addition to being a fashion designer that
Right.
makes these beautiful
I have
gowns,
12 jobs.
He reads the Armenian
Right.
coffee cup grounds on virtual and live,
So,
and
I
it's
have-
amazing. But I feel like he doesn't take enough time for him.
That's
So
what I'm trying to say.
Everyone is sucking his
Yes, and
energy,
But that's-
and he doesn't.
Yes.
but here's
Right.
but here's the thing.
Yes.
I have a boutique at Rodeo Drive
Okay.
for 35 years. I want people to enjoy wearing a beautiful gown, going to the most special events that they dream about to be able to be a part of.
Right.
So I
Yeah.
create the dress for them, and then I feel like I'm going on a journey alongside them. So when I'm doing that, it makes me happy. When I'm doing the ground reading, I see the impact that it has on everybody and how it translates in their real world and life, and it makes me happy. When I'm teaching, it makes me happy to know that I can give the information that I've been able to, with experience and life and understanding, to
But
pass on.
who would you want to connect with if you could? I guess that's my thing. Is like if you could flip the switch and flip places, and you're not doing someone's reading, someone's reading you. Who would you want to have a connection
Yes.
I would want to connect with my mom.
Okay. That took us 15 minutes to get here.
with? That's
Could
the
you-
controlling in me. Remember?
Next time, can you interrupt a little bit early? I was moving that way. And
I
was gonna say,
would want to
okay,
connect
let's-
with my mom. I
And
mean,
and the other thing too, and in order to connect with her too, because I'm the same way as you are. Okay, I'm an intuitive, so I give,
Yeah.
give. In order to be our best, we have to give to ourselves.
Yes.
If you don't give to yourself, you're not going to be good for anybody.
isn't that why I'm here? Give
So,
me.
yeah. So, on that note, your mom,
Yeah.
what is her name?
Ani.
That's really pretty.
Yeah.
And she's soft. Softer. She is a soft energy. So she's passed. She's soft. Does that make sense to anybody?
She has passed.
Okay. Does that make sense? What
The
I'm
soft.
saying?
Oh yeah.
He's never met her.
I never met her,
Okay.
but from what he's told me about her, yes.
I feel like, because it's so different than your mother's energy, I feel very soft. I feel flowy. I feel really, I feel spiritual. I feel loving. She just feels very slower moving, kind. But she also, it's funny because both of your moms both have these amazing personalities. They're both very different, but they also are very sharp in, she stands up for you.
She always did, yes.
Yeah. She stands up for you. Just because she's soft and loving, that doesn't mean that she didn't stand up for you. That doesn't mean that she didn't stand up for you.
No, she always did.
Yeah. So I think that's what I'm picking up. Like, you can be soft and loving and all this, but you could always say, back up to somebody. Do you know what I mean? You can always, and I feel like she, in a very classy way, could do that.
She was very elegant.
Yes, like that's the energy. Very
She
elegant.
was very poised.
Yes. That's what I'm.
She was very effortless.
Yes.
And
that's the moving.
She just
the demeanor.
glided.
Yes.
Yes.
That's why I'm doing this whole.
That's how she was.
Yes.
Well, you also said she was very direct.
That's the backup part. Like,
you said that.
Mama
you told
bear.
me that.
That's a mama bear.
She's a carbon copy of me.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're the same way. Yes. Yes. So
She's carbon
but
copy
I
of
think their message though to you is.
And we look identical. I would have looked for my family had we not looked the same.
Is that I'm not sure why, and I know you know this, so I'm not sure why it's coming up that she stood up for you. Do you understand?
Yeah, she did. She always did.
Okay, but
she got me.
Okay.
She understood me.
okay.
Your brother, right? That's what she's talking about. She stood up for you, for your family.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Well, not just him, just anybody.
Right. It's just a reminder, that even though she's not here, she's got your back. That's what that is.
I think she's never really left me.
No.
Because I feel her all the time. And I think that's one of the reasons why she's been past about 30 years now.
Yeah.
She was very young. And when I went through the age, because I've surpassed it now, that she passed, it was a very difficult time in my life thinking, how is it that I feel the way I do? And she couldn't make it. I felt like she was robbed. And just when she could enjoy life in a different way or context,
Right.
it became present and known that it wasn't going to be. So it was hard. That was hard. It's still hard because I feel like she was just robbed.
Do you feel like abandoned at all with that? Is that
No, I just feel like there's so many other people that could have just
right? No, I get
been
it.
taken.
Right.
But her, I'm like, really?
Right. Yeah. And that's the stuff that we can't. I went through the same thing with my mom. So she died early, and I was young too. But that I don't get it. I don't understand. But what I can tell you is, ever since that time, well, it's different with you because I want you to hold the rosary. With you, I'm hearing that she whispers. She whispers in your ear. You hear her.
She talks to me all the time.
Yeah, she's telling you. She's whispering. She's never left you. She's just in a different form. The body didn't work out for her, but she's still, because I can feel her, she's still the same way she was all those years ago, right next to you. Being, she's your...
I actually emulate everything that I know about her and translate it in form in life.
Yes, and you also know that a lot of the things that you do or the ideas or things that you come up with, she's a part of that.
Yeah.
Because she's whispering to you.
I always want to make her proud, yes. Not to say that
right.
It's a lot of effort. It's not. It's
right.
just...
Yeah, she's on the journey with you still.
Yeah.
And you can feel her.
But I feel like she was robbed.
Yeah.
And I just never could understand how the rest of her family still okay.
Yeah.
And the one that was the integral part of being able to be everyone's voice, to be the one that took care of them, the one that was responsible to give them the life that they now are living for years.
Right.
On a very good way.
Right.
That I thought, huh.
Yeah.
Like that couldn't have been just her responsibility and job, and
No.
it was done.
No, it wasn't. And here's what I'm hearing too is, so she carried everybody.
Yeah.
She carried
did.
everybody.
And she wasn't even the oldest.
Right. But here's the thing, that whatever that is, and I don't know everything because I'm
Right.
still here. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So, you know, whatever that is, the soul contract or whatever it is when we leave, she carried everybody to a certain point, and then it was their journey to move on. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but why? She should have never left.
But for whatever reason, the body and the soul she's still here. She's
The
just,
only thing that I know at the end, I mean, I was with her the whole time.
Right.
Throughout. Not just 1 day, 2 days, 1 week, for years. When it got so bad, she, they were just like, oh, this is the time. I'm like, excuse me? No, not right now. And I had a conversation with her. And I kind of told her off a little bit in a kind way. And I said,
as you do,
well,
in a kind way.
I mean, I told her, I said, okay, so listen up. You ain't leaving yet because it's Thanksgiving, then it's Christmas, then it's my birthday, then there's New Year's. And I ain't having this. I'm not going to have to go through life every single year knowing that this is what I need to remember. Find another day. And I told her off. She looked at me and she goes, you're right. You're right. It's not time. I'm going to tell them to leave and then they can come back. I said, who the hell is they?
The people that were around her that were
And then
telling her it's time to go.
She told them to leave.
And they left.
Then on the 1st of January, so December 31st, New Year's, she goes through everything. Challenging, but... And then in January 1, she opens up her eyes and she goes, can I go now? I go, yeah. Thank you. And her last words to me were, I love you too. And she could never talk. And nobody else ever got that. So it makes me happy. But I feel like she was robbed. I think she knows she was robbed because she kept fighting. She kept fighting. I hate that for her.
I went through something similar, not the same, but my mom had cancer. So, and I was with her in a room where she told everybody, all the people that were around, the invisible people, I know why you're here and I'm not going. And she didn't go either, just like what you were saying. And then a year later, I told her it was okay to go. And I was only like 22 years old.
Wow.
And I didn't have a father and I didn't have any brothers or sisters. And she knew I was going to be okay.
That's the one thing that
And
she said that she was afraid of, that I wasn't going to be okay.
Right. And that's why she waited. And she knew that you were going to be okay. Not that it's fair, because I feel the same way. I just have to adjust my relationship with her. You've done a really good job. She whispers, you're together, she's on this journey with you. So you don't have her in physical form, but she's right with you all the time.
Well, I keep her alive in my heart, in my day-to-day.
Yeah.
He never met her.
No, I never did.
And I wish he had at least gotten to meet her.
But she's around the both of you. She's around the both of you. So she sees, She sees the relationship. She sees the joy.
But I figure his mom had never met my mom either, and so they're
probably
partying
together.
Yeah.
Yeah, one's dancing and one's
telling everybody off.
Yeah, in a nice way. in a nice way. You know, it's
she had tact.
Very, very, very classy. Very classy. So so we are going to have to wrap up here, which I'm so bummed about. Like, we could keep going.
Yeah.
What do you feel like was the most how are you mostly affected by today? Or what you got out of today that you'll take with you?
Your authenticity and your genuine self to give us, and just give us your gift.
Thank you.
We appreciate that.
Thank you.
Connecting with my mom. I mean, that was, that was intense. Intense.
And you'll go home and...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I will.
Yeah. Well, let's end on a high note, right? Anybody have any... I was kidding.
This is beautiful. It is high. It's not sad for me. It really isn't. I mean, it's not sad at all.
No, it's. I'm just making.
I appreciate it. I love. I mean,
it's joy, and when you leave too, you'll feel a lightness. You'll feel a lightness.
I think with the rosary, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
I think I will. I think that
yeah, maybe you should hold it and
maybe
tell her to, make some magic of sorts.
I do talk to her every day. I do.
That's the interesting thing about both of us. I feel like he's a middle child. I'm a middle child. He was the favorite. I know I was. Not to say that they've said it, but I mean, they love their children equally. But at the same time, I think we presented ourselves the most to them when they were here, so that we don't have any guilt about what we could have, should have done.
Yeah.
And so by you reassuring all of that, I think just feels really, really sweet.
And very special.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's
Thank you
really
for having
kind.
us
I
as your
loved
guest.
having you guys, and
Thank
I
you.
want you to come again, and we'll do some more stuff. We'll do,
I'm going to give you a list before I come next
Oh my God!
time.
Okay, we'll go for A, go for B, go
I
for
could
C. I
tell
want to know
you all
about
the-
Did she steal my shoes? What happened to right? We can go go
Yeah.
discover like
Yeah, we could do stuff like that.
like
Oh,
detective
God.
work.
Who knew?
Right?
Jesus, why didn't you tell me this earlier?
I know, because I wanted to do this first.
I love it.
Oh my gosh, it was great having you both
Thank
here.
you for having us.
Yes, until next time.
Absolutely.
Bye, everybody.
Mm-hmm.